Kash Patel might be the most unqualified person to ever serve in the federal government. And that is saying a lot, considering that Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth exist. But this man is consistently showing us example after example that his only focus is on personal gain. Donald Trump put together a cabinet of people he thought would look good on camera and perform well on Fox. But what these people ultimately excel at most is self-enrichment. From time to time, they play to an audience of one in Donald Trump, sure. But more often than not, they see themselves as celebrities within this administration, working solely in service of their own interests. Kash Patel has demonstrated that once again today, with a foolish move that is blowing up in Trump's face, exposing the corruption of this administration, and genuinely infuriating people across the board. But we can only begin this story by first addressing what Kash Patel has been consistently ignoring in his role as FBI director, and where he has repeatedly failed: the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Patel has done nothing to solve this case, and as Chris Hayes laid it out, that failure makes Patel's latest move all the more damning.
Donald Trump's FBI director, Kash Patel, likes to announce things. Take the Bureau's investigation into the shooting death of Charlie Kirk, for example. Just a few hours after the shooting, Patel announced on social media, quote, "The subject for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody." Less than 90 minutes later, he was back with this update. Quote, "The subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement." Whoa, what? Now, that was in September. Just a few months later, after that awful mass shooting at Brown University in December, Patel again announced just a day into the investigation, authorities had, quote, "detained a person of interest." And once again, within hours of that post, the person of interest was released. So last night, as agents continued the search for Nancy Guthrie, and we're covering it live on the air here, the mother of Today Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, Patel took a slightly different approach. He called into a primetime show on Fox to talk about the case and its developments.
I do believe we are looking at people who, as we say, are persons of interest. But as you know, with any investigation, you are a person of interest until you're either eliminated or you're actually found to be the culprit or the culprits involved. And that's the stage we're at right now.
So I guess you can recognize patterns here, and I've already guessed what I'm about to tell you next. The man who was detained last night for questioning was released just a short time after Patel's Fox News interview. MS Now National Security Intelligence Analyst Christopher O'Leary led counterterrorism investigations and operations for the FBI for more than 2 decades, and he joins me now. Chris, I will say that whoever's been giving him notes has appeared to tell him, like, ratchet down the certainty, emphasize that things aren't done yet. But it doesn't seem to me that helpful to constantly be jumping at an opportunity to announce these things, which really seems to be the MO of the current FBI director.
It certainly does, Chris, and it's also incredibly inappropriate. But he's going back to the one skill that he thinks he has, which is self-promoting, diving into the media, diving into social media to compensate for his complete ineptitude at being the director of the FBI, which should not surprise anybody. He has no leadership experience, no operational experience, no investigative experience. His judgment is certainly flawed, and his character, integrity, and virtue are absent. So he has no loyalty to the Constitution or to the American public or to the mission of the FBI and its people. And that's really costing victims in this case, like Nancy Guthrie and her family, the American people more broadly. And, frankly, he's unfit for the job, and this is a disservice to the country and to the people that he's charged with leading.
Kash Patel is an embarrassment, and people in this country are less safe because of him. That is the long and short of it. Kash Patel spends all of his time posting inaccurate content on social media, trying to curry favor with Trump, trying to be a social media influencer, and apparently praising himself and his girlfriend, who is likely a foreign agent, judging by the quality of her music career. That is what Kash Patel does. And he does it because, MAGA. I can tell you this much. He hates you. If you are a Republican watching this, however you got here, understand this. He hates you. These people hate you. They think you are stupid, and they want to take advantage of you. I promise you, that is exactly what this is. And there is no better example than Kash Patel wasting your money at the Olympics on a trip he said he would never take. FBI Director Kash Patel took a government jet to Italy to attend the Olympic hockey games. Public flight data reviewed by CBS News confirmed that Patel flew on a Justice Department aircraft to Milan, where he planned to watch the U.S. men's hockey team compete in the medal rounds. Congressional Democrats had already launched a probe into Patel's use of government aircraft after reports revealed he had used it for personal trips, including attending a sporting event where his girlfriend was performing, a date night in Tennessee, and a visit to a Texas resort. And the price tag for this particular adventure? $750,000 of your money. Your tax dollars. Spent on Kash Patel flying to Milan to watch hockey. Now, this administration came in talking about two things. First, they claimed they only wanted the best and the brightest. Kash Patel alone dismantles that argument entirely. Second, they talked endlessly about government efficiency. Not a wasted dollar, not a wasted dime. And yet here we are, $750,000 later, watching the FBI director cheer on Team USA from Italy while a woman is missing and her case goes nowhere. These people do not care about you. This Trump government believes you are gullible, that you can be exploited, and that they can ride this gravy train for every penny possible. Patel does not see himself as a public servant. He sees himself as a celebrity, and he is using the federal government as a vehicle to get there. That is what all of these insecure, unqualified people in this administration are after fame, perks, and a few sweet vacations along the way. Remember the story about Patel refusing to get off the plane until he had the right size FBI jacket? Wouldn't disembark until he could look the part. That tells you everything you need to know about this man. He is not a law enforcement professional. He is a kid who wants his toy. Another corruption scandal, another waste of taxpayer money. Way to go, Kash.
By Donald Trump. Now, I will agree that I definitely take issue with a number of decisions that Donald Trump makes, especially when it comes to the people that he decides to appoint to very important positions, including this one, because I did have to make sure that I wasn't going crazy. But when I say that you are the least qualified FBI director in the history of the FBI, that is real, because you are the only one that never even served with the FBI prior to joining, yet we are supposed to believe that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. I didn't ask you a question. Now, what I want to go through is to talk about why you are a failure and why, honestly, we just need to tell you bye-bye. I know that you got a little upset and you put on your show for your boss because it seems like you're trying to save your job when it came to talking to Senator Booker yesterday. But let's go through some of your failures. So before you were even confirmed, and I think one of my colleague from Georgia, pointed out that you are already targeting career officials so that you could direct illegal firings. Mind you, these cases that you were so upset about, which are the ones tied to Trump, the cases came through his handpicked FBI director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, you know, we're happy because now we feel safe. I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacists, because I specifically as a black woman definitely don't feel safe.
This government is run by clowns, and I hate to say it because it genuinely makes me sad and it should make all of us scared, but that is the current state of affairs. We are paying for Kash Patel to fly to see his girlfriend on a government jet. And then when he was actually asked about it on Katie Miller's podcast, his response was essentially, I barely even see her. Maybe 3 times. Well, maybe 5. Maybe 6. I don't know. It's fine. It is not fine. You have a job to do. A real one. With real consequences when you fail at it. It reminds me of that Dan Bongino clip of him complaining about having to work in an office as if showing up and doing actual work is some kind of unreasonable burden. That is the caliber of people running this government right now. People who built careers yelling into microphones about how hard everyone else works and then collapse the moment they are expected to do something themselves. We are going to keep calling this out every single day on this show because someone has to. And if you want to support that work, hit the subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you made it to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. Keep fighting. Don't let them silence you. Until next time.